Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Welcome to TGW Turnbuckle Talk, episode Lucky 13. I am Evil Penguin Gaming.
And I'm OddSmith311. How's it going?
After my crazy weekend of sports, I had, why do I got a blue screen? What are you doing on the game?
I just turned my headphones up a little bit.
Oh, okay. But yeah, after my crazy weekend of sports, I had Sunday to relax, I had yesterday to relax. Actually, I didn't really relax on Sunday, I cleaned the house. But, doing alright now, and managing into a few more of these dream matches on WWE 2K19.
Oh yeah, man, we had a lot of fun last week. Especially with the unexpected little part at the end. It really made for a good time.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we will be debuting another character tonight.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed. I was hoping it'd be two, but I couldn't get it to happen this week.
We'll get him soon.
Especially as I actually have an idea what I'm doing now, because I didn't have an idea at first. I didn't have any idea how I wanted him to look.
Well, once you see the one tonight.
Well, you already told me what you thought he looked like.
Right. So what's our first match going to be, sir?
Well, I think I'll go with the one you didn't get to do last week. Do Ambrose and Randy Savage.
Now, I think this match will be great because if you get into the characters between these two, with them both being kind of crazy, I just think the build for this match would be absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah, especially if you go back to like when Randy Savage. I don't know. You think heel or his face would be better, or does it really even matter? I always thought he was more interesting as a heel, especially when he got Cherry.
Yeah, I think his Dean Ambrose versus the Macho King.
So yeah, this would have been an interesting one back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man, I can't hear that well. Once you said that, when I started thinking about these two together, I'm like, they do have a very similar, like, you know, personality type.
Well, even like in ring, I feel like Ambrose, like the way he moves, is similar to Savage.
Yes. 'Cause I don't think you could call him like a good, classical wrestler or anything like that.
Right.
But they're both very fluid in the ring, and they both can put together a good. I mean, I don't know. You see something like the Steamboat Savage match. I mean, Savage was definitely impressive in that one. But I still think he's closer to Ambrose than he would be to Savage. Or Ambrose is closer to him, I guess. I don't know. However you want to look at it.
I mean, my favorite match of all time was Savage Warrior at WrestleMania 7. So,
That one
so replace Ambrose with Savage. Who would you replace the Warrior with? Who today would you say is the most like the Ultimate Warrior?
I don't know, because as far as like how they're presented as being hard to beat, Lesnar comes to mind, but it's a completely different type of
Pretty much the same game then.
like Warrior did the Hulk up thing where he'd get beat to shit and then he'd come back, and then it was like you just couldn't keep him down. Lesnar's not like that. Lesnar just dominates the entire time.
Would you say maybe Seth?
I mean, if we're going off of purely compared to today's roster, I think that could be a good one. I don't think he's a good match to Warrior at all, but I don't know who else from right now would be.
Yeah, I'm racking my brain, man. I can't really.
There's
think
really
anyone that's like him.
I mean, Cena, but Cena's not really like, he's not like him in the sense that he hulks up and comes back, kinda, but not. I would say Cena would be the one. Just I think as far as his status and how his matches usually end up, I think he's the most like him. You know, like I said, Lesnar has a toughness thing going, but he's not like that.
See, like, I'm trying to think of, like, the top baby faces on each show right now. And I'm thinking character-wise. I mean, character-wise, Seth is the closest I can think of.
Shinsuke. I don't know.
Shinsuke maybe with the promos.
I'd say it's kind of the over the top. But he doesn't have that same manic energy, though. I guess that's another thing I take into consideration. I guess Rollins would be about the only.
Nobody has that manic energy.
No.
Which is probably a good thing.
It is. It's ironic because it's like almost everybody's in so much better shape now. Oh yeah, I always forget you're watching this. You see the stream.
Right.
I think that one thing, it's funny you pick Savage, only because I've always thought I've never liked the Dirty Deeds as a finisher. I think when he does that the flying elbow when they're standing. Ooh, so close. Like when they're the elbow he does when they're standing.
Yeah, I love that.
I've always thought that looked more like when he does that move, it looks like a finisher. When he does Dirty Deeds, it feels like somebody in the back said, "Hey, you should do this as a finisher. We'll call it Dirty Deeds." He's like, "Okay." It doesn't.
Right.
I've never liked it. I don't know did he have another move before that?
Yeah, and it was also called Dirty Deeds, and he was told to quit using it. And now I've seen EC3 use it.
Oh.
It's the exact same thing. It's like it's a standing. It's a face plant, more or less. It's in the game. It's like Dirty Deeds 1 or Dirty Deeds 2 or some shit like that.
Like holy crap, perfect plex. Actually, the stream and the actual video aren't that far off. They're only like maybe a second off.
Huh.
I just noticed that because when he was doing that powerbomb, it was almost synced up. This is actually
speaking of the perfect plex, that's actually a match that we haven't even considered. Is Mr. Perfect and Dolph Ziggler.
That might have been one of the ones I had written down last week. If not, it should have been, because that's usually up there with the Kurt Angle, Bret Hart.
Right.
Just because of the similarity in their characters.
Well, and the hair.
And the hair, yes. Well, and the fact that they're both overly talented people who are completely taken advantage of and not used correctly.
Agreed.
Another one. Uh-oh.
You don't actually read any books in the library, though, huh? Oh, but you do.
Ambrose with the win.
Huh.
Now last week, didn't all the legends win? Except for...
Yes, they did. Except for Sean because he kicked Daniel Bryan in the balls.
Yes. Yes. No, I
That's
definitely...
what Bryan gets for kicking everybody in the balls lately.
Yeah, it is kind of ironic, not to... when you put it like that.
He is such a good heel. Such a good heel.
Did anything of note actually happen tonight?
Well, the end of the show saw Asuka completely wearing out a kendo stick on the backs of Charlotte and Becky Lynch. So, which also, that's something we need to discuss because TLC is this Sunday.
Oh, man.
So you know what that means.
Yeah. That came up awfully quick.
Yeah. But then the next one after that is the Rumble, so we got time.
Yeah. Let me see. This Ambrose and Savage is very good. That's definitely the kind of tier match, the dream match. When you're trying to match up two people from now and then, they're so similar in their character. They're so similar in their delivery and their ring work.
Let's see your first one.
Well, I went for two people that are not somewhat... They're very good at what they do, but they're not... I wouldn't call them similar. They're actually very different characters.
And it's going to be on Nitro.
I'm going with The Miz versus the one and only, the bad guy. If I can find it.
I love that. I really love this. Because, like I was saying, I think the build to this, the promos between these two, if you catch them at the right time in their careers, would be absolutely off the charts.
That's why with Miz it was so fun because I had several lined up because of how good he is and what he does. It presents a situation where you can take some of these higher tier other people like other heels like Razor Ramon and that and put them with them and be so entertaining.
Oh, absolutely. I love that this is happening on Nitro.
How appropriate.
Right? You know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here.
When was that? Was that August of 1996?
Was it 96? I think it was 96, yeah.
See, what wrestling needs is something like that again. It needs a shot like that. I don't know how they could pull that off because they're never going to be able to do that again. It's changed.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. You know how? Bullet Club.
Yeah, but in order for that to work, it would have to be booked a certain way, and they're not going to book it. They're not going to book it like that because anything.
No, they won't.
They're not going to do anything that. It'd be the same thing with ECW, the same thing with WCW. They're not. They always run them into the ground. Well, I think it is pretty funny when I listen to something to wrestle with and listen to Bruce try to defend that. It does make me chuckle.
The Invasion?
Just any time that they bring in WCW people, or you see it, there were a few that eventually, Booker T got over. DDP kind of got over. He had a lot of trouble behind the scenes just because people wouldn't give him a break because of where he came from.
Right. And Luger never went to work for him again.
No.
You know, how long did it take Hogan, Hall, and Nash to get back there after WCW folded?
Well,
At least a year.
I think it was longer, a little longer than that, because they had those contracts they had to wait out. And that is an interesting conversation. I think that's something a lot of people wouldn't have took in consideration because you wouldn't know about it. You know, like,
right.
Why would you come back to work? And with the schedule they were running at the time, they couldn't get away with the working, you know, half the dates, 10 dates a month. I mean, you were going to be working if you came back.
Right.
And probably would have made as much, if not less, money. You know.
Yeah, it would be interesting for us to go back and watch some of the pay-per-views of the era and see who, like, survived. Because you think about guys like Buff Bagwell. You know, Buff Bagwell didn't survive.
No, but it sounds like he didn't survive because of his attitude. It sounded like he had a really bad... I mean, even from like some of the fellow WCW people that came in with him.
You know, the lower name people like Jindrak and Sean O'Hare, and there was so many guys they brought in, and they tried to push during that era. It just didn't work.
I vaguely remember Jindrak. I vaguely remember Stasiak.
Oh, Sean Stasiak. Remember when he was meat?
I just know about that from listening to that podcast. I don't really
Oh
remember
my God,
much about
you have got to find that.
Wasn't he didn't he start in WCW?
Stasiak? I think
Yeah.
so. Stan Stasiak's kid, Stan the Man.
That's right, okay. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like he that was another one that sounded like he had the talent, he just didn't have the wherewithal. That's unfortunate too.
Yeah. I just noticed we had a couple extra viewers. I want to welcome anybody who's stopped in.
Yeah, I just opened the chat up a little more. So the crap, no one's talking. I didn't see any messages pop up on the top of the screen.
Yeah, who else didn't go back after? Like Bigelow never went back. When did Bigelow die?
Man, I don't know. I don't remember his timeline. Was he in DCW when he died still? Or was that after that had already folded up?
I think ECW had already folded up. I'm going to look it up.
That's the one I didn't even consider for any of these. Of course, I don't have...
I'm trying to figure out why he's not in the Hall of Fame. Oh, yeah, he didn't die until 2007.
Oh, okay. Was it drug related? Or does it really... Because I know he's a big dude. I mean...
Yeah, I don't... Yeah. It probably says here, but...
I've always heard stories that he was one of those guys that, despite how like mean he looked and stuff, he was actually a really, really cool guy. Got along with most people. I know he didn't get along with the clique, but then again, most people didn't. So
right.
That's an interesting. That'd be something interesting to talk about too. Because I always feel like there's two very distinct sides of that story that need to be recognized. Because there's the part of it where it's like, yeah, they wielded a lot of power and they kind of dicked some people over. But on the other hand, really a lot of it came down to the fact that they just had the balls to actually go up and... Oh, we have a winner.
Apparently, Bigelow sat out his contract until June 2002, and then went on the Indies.
Uggy Wilson, how's it going? He says he's not dead. Who's that? Bam Bam?
Oh, Bigelow's been dead for a long time.
Yeah, I was gonna say he passed away a while ago. I know it's kind of hard to keep track of anymore. So many people have died the last.
It's crazy.
What did you think of the of seeing? Did you see the Ric Flair's cleared to take bumps now?
Yes.
It's like, why? Just like, dude, let it go. At best, he's gonna end up getting hurt and looking, or the best, he's gonna end up embarrassing himself. At worst, he's gonna get severely hurt. What is he, like 70? 69, 70?
Probably. The Wikipedia article, I mean, it has citations on it, but yeah, it does say multiple drugs found in his system, including toxic levels of cocaine.
No, that's unfortunate.
Super sad.
That's the same thing that killed Henning, wasn't it? Or didn't they find that in his system?
Oh, I never looked into what killed Hennig.
They got a. I know I bring it up a lot, but Something to Wrestle With had several good episodes. They had one on Henning's career, one his WWE career anyway. You know, Rick Rude. They got one on his career. Which I don't think Rick Rude didn't have much of a career outside WWE, just because he got hurt. I don't think he was in WWE or WCW real long before he got hurt. Cause wasn't he the one that caught somebody? Like, wasn't he standing on a ramp and he caught somebody and fell the wrong way?
I don't know. I know he started commentating for ECW.
Yeah, I remember. Because he came in, because they did that thing where he came in under a mask, dressed up like a security guard.
Yeah, something like. I know he was on commentary one time when I was watching it, and it's when Lawler had like ambushed ECW, and Rude was trying to go and get into a match with Jerry Lawler.
That would have been interesting.
After he had already been hurt. So are we going with my big man match now?
I think that's a good idea. I'm interested to see who comes out the winner of this one.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Well, the first one, the modern big man, gonna get these hands.
And like, legit, I have no other reason for this match. Just because they're both huge.
Yeah, but
that's the only reason I want to see this match.
Kevin Nash is savvy enough. I mean, not only is he a big dude, but he would be able to sell this such a way to where.
Well, hang on. You gotta go with Diesel. Don't go with Kevin Nash. Go with Diesel.
Should I put a manager?
Who, Shawn Michaels?
Yeah.
It's probably, yeah, that's what I thought.
Hey,
thank you.
What?
So, Yumbi 35? Umbi 35? I'm not real sure how to say that. Says, you my bro. So, thank you.
That's very considerate.
It is very considerate. I like being people's bro. And you know, like I said, I would love to see Nash try to powerbomb Strowman.
I don't know, man.
Wonderful.
I mean, he almost killed Paul White. Of course, I don't really know whose fault that was. Actually, you know what? I do remember what happened. I guess at one point they had done that spot before, but in the meantime, the Giant or Paul White or whoever had gained a bunch of weight. And so I guess when he went to go do it again, because I think they did it on the house shows or whatever, or at least tried it once. And when he went to go lift him up again, he was heavier than he thought he was going to be, and he dropped him. Which is still pretty amazing. He would even try it in the first place.
Right?
Strowman's got to be about as big. I don't know if he's as tall, but he's pretty damn close. Because that's the first time I realized how big he was. When I seen him stand like eye to eye with Big Show, I was like, whoa. Because up to that point, I knew he was big, but he was always with like Bray Wyatt in them, and
right.
Brady's pretty little. I'm pretty short as it is. I think it's just.
Bray. Bray had Rowan and Harper around him all the time.
Yes.
So Bray always looked a lot smaller.
Yes. But man, Strowman even. I mean, Harper is pretty. Rowan and Harper are both pretty big, like tall wise, but Strowman is just. He's like both of them combined together.
Strowman is just a massive human being.
Ooh. Whatever happened to Harper and Rowan? Are they still the?
Rowan got injured. That's why they had to give up the tag titles. And then Harper was working some NXT house shows, and now it's being said that he's injured. So like they finally came in as the Bludgeon Brothers.
And then probably got injured.
And yeah.
Oh, Strowman. Oh. There's a move I've never seen Kevin Nash do ever. Oh, we might see it right here. You might get your wish. Oh, I thought he was going to over the top.
It would never happen for real.
I just can't see it, man. What the hell is Sheamus doing? Interesting. Really? If he wins, oh my god. I don't know if I could do it with Braun Strowman winning a match with a roll-up.
No.
Maybe like him winning with a sunset flip or something.
Sheamus in the ring. Is he going to touch anybody? Nope.
Oh, he's pretty much in and out.
Oh my god, you need to look up the rap battle from SmackDown tonight.
Between who?
Between the Bar and the Usos. It was something.
Bar and the Usos. Well, the action on the Bar looked tough. Are they still getting beat up by everybody?
Oh, Iggy's lurking, but he's going to sleep. Thanks, man.
Sweet dreams, Iggy. Godspeed. It's been a pretty close one so far. They've been back and forth.
This has been.
Strowman.
I want to thank anybody who's viewing. I see we're up to a few viewers, so thanks a lot. We very much appreciate it. Make sure to give us a follow.
And if you like these dream matches, don't forget to go back and check out last week's episode. We had a completely different set of dream matches.
Not to mention, coming up starting in January, we have some big tournaments coming up for our upcoming season of TGW, which is the first rounds are pretty much packed full of dream matches.
Well, yeah, I've tried to keep myself in the dark as much as possible. So when I see these, most of these I see for the first time are going to be for the first time, with the exception of, I think there was a couple results that I had to know due to booking.
Yeah.
The Golden Road. Yes, start that in January.
Yeah. Can't wait to start recording commentary for that.
Now, what was the schedule again?
For the tournament series?
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty crazy. Let me look it up in my phone and then I'll send. Well, you should have it actually. It's in Google.
In the drive. Dude, I have so much stuff in
Yeah.
that drive. Like,
Yeah, look in your shared stuff folder, and it's in TGW stuff, and then it'll be is it in 2K19 roster stuff?
oh no, I'll tell you here in a sec.
Tournament breakdown, that's all that is. Oh, where is my broadcast schedule?
I'm looking, I'm on my phone. I don't usually use the phone. Nitro. Shared.
Is it? That's, oh, I thought that was it.
And a chin lock.
Oh, the chin lock.
And Nash misses with a big punch. They're both looking winded. Uh-oh. It's the half hug, bear hug thing.
Where in the bloody hell is my broadcast schedule? I know I made one. Oh, is Nash gonna tap?
Nope.
Nope.
I thought he was. The rosters, weekly shows and PBVs, preseason tournaments, tournament schedule.
Maybe my folder on my phone just isn't.
Okay, I got it here.
I think my folder on my phone just isn't like updated for some reason.
Nash looks like he's walking out. I don't know what's going on here. He's punching the air. He's delusional. Okay, it looks like week 1 in January. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Week 2, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, that's why I didn't go into. I didn't go into the actual folder for weekly shows and pay-per-views. That was my fault.
Oh, power slam. We have them and
Well, if we have a winner, I am running behind. Wow, so far, all the current guys have won.
pretty big change from last week.
Yeah, it is.
I think likewise, much like with Savage and Ambrose, I think Kevin Nash and Strowman would complement, if not complement each other, but I think they'd be able to. Strowman's good enough where he is now, where he could play off of someone like Kevin Nash. And Kevin Nash, like I said before, he's smart enough and savvy enough to where he could really milk that, big guy. He could be the taunting smart ass,
Right.
kind of play almost the chicken shit heel, but not quite chicken shit heel, but like, you know what I mean.
Well, we got one left, sir. What's it gonna be?
I know when I'm going back and forth between. Nice. Take it easy, man. I don't know. Both of these could be good for completely different reasons. Okay, pick a letter. B or C.
Let's go with C.
C it is. This is a match I'd like to see, because I like to see this guy beat the shit out of this guy. Where'd he go?
Oh, and look at that. It's going to be at TLC, which is coming up this Sunday.
I forgot I can see this.
Oh, boy.
I gotta look up that, alternate attire. What the hell? No, I want the manager on there. Oh, come on. I was gonna say something I could distract
What in the hell alternate attire is that?
It must be from something I downloaded. I don't know, man. But I was thinking these two. I would love to see the kind of situation where Brock's like, oh, I could beat everybody up. And then he goes against Andre, and Andre just throws him around the ring. That's pretty much why I picked it. And I don't think it's going to go down like that in the game here. The runner-up and the other one I had a hard time. I was going back and forth between this match and Eddie Guerrero versus Almas. Seeing Almas.
Oof. God, yes. Good shout.
Because once again, I think Almas, and I've kind of lost a little track of him since he went up to WWE. I'm sure they're ruining him.
He hasn't been on TV in about 4 months.
Oh, great. Well, that's nice. Take one of the... Dude, like I said, who do you remind me? He reminds me of, I think I said Razor Ramon and Ted DiBiase mixed together.
I think that is what you said, actually.
I really like the package of him and Vega together, Selena Vega. I can never tell, like, were they supposed to be, like, a couple? Or was it supposed to be, like, purely...
No, it's supposed to be, like, business partners.
Okay. Because I never really saw much of the romantic aspect of it, but I didn't know. You know what I mean? Because she's really good, too.
She is good.
Lesnar so far just beating the shit out of Andre the Giant.
She was, Thea Trinidad was big on the indies before coming to WWE.
And they brought her to NXT and made her be bigger. Then they brought her up to WWE, and they're probably going to ruin her too. I know she's at least doing... I've seen her on TV a couple weeks ago. I know she's doing something.
Well, it's like... You know, Rockstar Spud was so good in TNA. Like, he was a little guy. He knew his role. But he was good at what he did. And now they've got him in WWE, and they've got him pissing his pants.
Yeah, not only did they do that, but of all the shit that happened after Survivor Series, that was the thing that they focused on TV.
Right.
I have not watched one iota of anything since that Survivor Series. Like any wrestling related at all. It completely like pissed me off so bad that I had to step back. Except for the WWE game. I guess that counts kinda. Ooh, Lesnar with the one thing. That didn't last very long. Yeah, originally, I was telling you off air, I originally picked, I thought Lesnar and Hulk Hogan. For a very, very similar reason.
I think Hogan will be in next year's game.
Yeah.
Give me a moment here, I'm going to blow my nose.
Lesnar really putting the smackdown, giggity. don't think we would see this in real life in any way, shape, or form. Because Andre wasn't going to leave his feet unless he wanted to leave his feet. I don't care how strong the dude was.
No, the boss never would have taken a trip to Suplex City, that's for sure.
Well, it's one thing I'm coming to understand about Andre is like, yeah, especially because I've watched that documentary like 14 times. Actually, it hasn't been 14. I've literally probably watched it 5 or 6 times, like for real. The one that's on HBO. And when
I have yet to watch it.
Really, really good.
I feel horrible about it. Is that it?
Ooh, he's wrenching. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
You don't beat me yet.
I have to grab a drink of water real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I have yet to watch that Andre documentary on HBO. I really, really need to get around to that because I grew up, my first WrestleMania that I ever saw, as if you listen to this show, you already know, was WrestleMania 4. So that was only a year after the Body Slam heard around the world. And it was also only a few months after the incident where Andre cheated to beat Hogan with the twin referees. So Andre was a huge part of my introduction to the company.
And no pinfall.
No pinfall. I was just talking about how Andre was a huge part of my introduction to the company because of when I started watching.
Well, the way they handled Andre, like with Hogan and stuff, it's good. A perfect example of how they used to know how to book for good storytelling better.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I don't think there was a lot of other story type stuff going on around that time. I think that was back in the day where they didn't have as much. I mean, they had the excuse me. They had the syndicated programs and stuff, but they didn't have the storylines like they do now.
Yeah, but those syndicated programs are where the twin referees popped up.
What was that? It was what, Saturday Night's Main Event?
I think that was Saturday Night's Main Event.
Oh, we have a cover. No, Andre, man, he's what I was gonna say about him is, like, okay, you look at Lesnar. I mean, dude, Lesnar's a fucking once in like a generation type athlete. The guy is like 6'6", 6'5", 6'6", 300 something pounds. He could pick you up and throw you over his, with one hand. But dude can also run and is very agile and quick too. And you think, man, Lesnar next to Andre, I could buy that. But when you see Andre though, man, Andre, because of the disease he had, he wasn't just a big dude. He literally was a giant. I don't think that's what.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't until I really started looking into it more and watching these documentaries and that I come to understand how big he really was. Like, you see the pictures going around with like him holding the beer can, where it looks like the beer can's like a little toy, in the middle of his head. Right. The guy drank. God, if you watch that documentary, you hear him talk about. I mean, he would bottles of wine at a time and not even be fucked up, just because he was in a lot of pain.
Right.
One thing I didn't know too.
Oh, that would never happen. Jeez.
No. I mean, hey, look, if there's anybody I could believe that would do it, I would believe Brock Lesnar. But he wouldn't be getting thrown around like the whole man. He might get one or two good spots in like that. Andre's not going to let him throw him around. No. I would have a hard time believing that. Unless he really liked him. Because Andre, if he liked you, man, he would sell. It didn't matter who you were. That's what he would. He would. They said he would go around these towns. Like, you weren't gonna beat Andre the Giant, but if he liked you, he would cooperate and he would let you get your shit in. You know what I mean? Like, really whoop on him. Which I thought is fascinating because he comes from such a different time where you couldn't have Andre the Giant today because their project's so saturated. Back in the day when he's going around like territory to territory, you might have saw Andre the Giant twice a year if you were lucky. So when he came into town, yeah, but if he came out there 3-4 nights in a row, all of a sudden it's going to be like, it's Andre. It's not as big of a deal.
And that's the kind of thing that they're trying to go for with Lesnar, but it's not like it was back in the day where, where the guy was working all the time, just not in your town.
Oh no, not at all.
We have a winner.
And not only that, but like, I think too, Lesnar and Andre are just two very different. Andre had a mystique about him. He almost reminded you of a guy coming out of the mountains every once in a while to crush some unsuspecting bystander. Lesnar is a fighter. Like, to me, him not being around is just like, I would rather see him more if they're going to keep him champion. Now, I can see the school of thought that argues against that too. Like, I agree with you. With the combination of just how things are now, oh my god, yeah, there's no way that would ever happen. Fucking Tombstone.
No, absolutely not. I won the match.
I like doing these dream matches, man, cause they got such a big roster on here. You could,
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a good tag team legend roster on here. There's only, like, legit 2 legend tag teams, which is super frustrating. No, wait, there's 3.
You want to see Almas and Guerrero real quick?
Actually, I'm thinking that since it's getting late, you can go debut our new character, and then we can cut it. We were gonna do some funny entrances, but we got started a little late, so.
Oh yeah, I gotta download.
Yes, you gotta download.
Yeah, maybe next week we can do what we were gonna do before, and just have an episode just screwing around at WWE 2K19.
Yeah, with just the funny entrances, because that would be great.
Yeah, if you didn't see that last week, I mean, dude, I was literally laughing so hard, I was crying. Because it was completely unexpected.
Right.
Like, when we went in there digging around, I thought it would be funny just to mess around, pick a thing for Felix, and the next thing you know, dude, oh my god. That's so awesome. Okay, where is he? Sugarfoot. Oh, there's me, Felix. Oh my god, it is Ric Steiner.
I told you.
And that wasn't on purpose. That was just how he. It was just how he happened to.
I put the headgear on purpose, but then I did the face after that. The headgear was the first thing to go on.
Is this is this supposed to be like wrestling headgear, or like I need to wear a helmet
it's
or I'm
wrestling.
gonna hurt myself headgear?
Well, I mean, either way.
I was trying to think of a tactful way to put that. Well, Felix gave me the idea for Glenn. So now that I actually have a visual, because I was telling him last night that I didn't have a real specific. When I made Felix, I had an idea of what I was doing. Like, Glenn, I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, but he gave me some direction. I kind of have an idea now what I'm gonna do with him.
Good. Let's see him in a match.
Oh yeah.
I did his entrance up too. He's only rated as 65.
Oh, this should be real interesting.
I purposely made him pretty weak.
This is what we'll do. Oh wait, which wrong one? It's like Rick Steiner's younger enough brother. Or is Scott the older one?
No, I think Rick is the older one.
Okay. Do you know what their real name is?
I thought it was Steiner.
It's Rob Rick Steiner and Scott Rick Steiner. Their last name is Rick Steiner. It's really confusing.
Really?
Yes. Because one time when they were talking about the Steiners being in WWE, they had brought up, I guess they had interviewed, I guess their mom and sister was there, and when they interviewed him, they said, "Can't wait to see Rob," you know. I was like, Rob? Who the fuck is Rob? And it turns out, I went and looked up, yeah, their last name's Rick Steiner. That's funny. That's just so confusing to me after saying Rick Steiner for so long. Robert Steiner. Okay, what am I doing here? I know the perfect person to play him against. The grudge match for the ages! Pretty sure I put on their entrances too. Although we can't really hear it.
No, but at least this way you'll be able to see his entrance. Where is Felix? Is he around?
Oh, no, he went upstairs. Him and Keezy disappeared upstairs. I think she's getting ready for work. He's got to work in the morning.
Oh, okay.
No, it was his brother was over here visiting. Like I said, I came upstairs, right? Because I came home from work and I had not ate all day. And I had a sandwich that I ordered. And I was fucking... That's the only thing I could think about. Complete tunnel vision. So I went immediately upstairs and ate and then passed out in the chair. I dozed on and off for a while. And I finally, because I set my alarm, forgot to turn the volume up again.
Oops.
Well, I turn it off when I go to the library. And I forget to turn it back on. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, see, I gave him a whole entrance and everything.
Get back to work, Craig.
And I made him 5'6".
I thought he looked small.
He's a short little pudgy guy.
I think Felix is only 5'9". I think when I made him, I was trying to be nice.
With Brian Kendrick's old entrance.
Oh, is that okay? He reminds me of one of those jobber guys from way back in the day that you.
And you remember the High Energy? Coco Beware and Owen Hart?
Yes.
Yep, that's the pants that he's wearing. The old checkerboard.
Oh, okay. Shit, I should have downloaded your Felix real quick. I forgot.
Oh, I don't have him uploaded yet.
Oh.
I need to get to 2,000 downloads so I can like double my space for everything.
I understand you had to change his ring attire, but I really, 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 really hope you kept the hat on. That sold the character.
I kept the hat for the entrance.
Oh.
I don't think it. No, I didn't keep the hat for the actual match. For the match attire.
I think his entrance is a generic one. I don't think I set a specific one for him.
Yeah, I don't think you did either, because that looks pretty generic.
Craig, right off the bat with some defensive moves here. Ooh, fall away slam.
You like how shiny he is?
He's extremely shiny. What'd you do? Give him vinyl or leather?
It's the everything is on the steel bumped.
Ah, gotcha.
Like, including the headgear and the boots.
He is extremely shiny, now that you mention it, man. Holy shit. He's tearing Felix up. Put me in the closet, will ya?
He's got my move. He's got my move set, so
It's a pretty sturdy moveset. The one on 2K18 is really good. But I tell you, the one of the characters that was always interesting, because I made him part of my universe on there, was Liam Stone.
and that's Mackenzie's guy. Or no, Liam was mine. Angus McGregor is hers.
Yes. I think Liam was part of the one faction you were gonna make, right?
Yeah. So was Angus.
Angus. Colonel Angus.
Oh, Colonel Angus.
Why, Colonel Angus, I do declare.
Oh my god.
Oh, Craig's setting up for something.
I love Christopher Walken so much.
Reverse. Yeah, there's something about having Christopher Walken play an old plantation general just was so out of place. On top of how insanely silly the sketch was to begin with.
Right.
Wow, Colonel Angus.
Think, so many people say that More Cowbell was the best Christopher Walken sketch. As much as I love that sketch, I think the Continental was better.
Oh, dude, there was a Continental. Those were always funny. Did you ever see the Walken family reunion?
I don't know that I've seen that.
It was pretty much like every cast member doing a Walken impression.
He does do the full worm.
Yes. I wonder why it was shorthand before.
I don't know.
It might just be one of his moves. Like, I'll go and look at that. Did you ever see the one where Tim Meadows comes to his apartment door and he knocks? He's doing the census.
No, I don't remember that.
I mean, I don't know if it's as classic, but I think that one's just as funny as the cowboy. I mean, I laughed my ass off. That one's really funny. It's been a while since I've seen it though, but Walken's like, I mean, he's just being Christopher Walken. Like, he's just, I don't know, man. You have to see it. There's one thing
Tim Meadows, the ladies' man.
The ladies' man.
With the Courvoisier.
Pass the Courvoisier. I'm gonna tell you now, pass the Courvoisier. Everybody deal now, pass the Courvoisier.
Man, I'm sorry I'm so sniffly, but it is like super dry in my house for some reason.
You think it's a furnace?
I don't know. It hasn't been bad since we got it changed, but I don't know. Tonight, so it just seems super dry. Might be because there's no circulation. Turn the fan on.
Man, this match, it's been mostly Craig so far. Putting the smack down. He's so short.
No pun intended.
I know, it's the second time I said that tonight. I said that earlier, too. Ooh, nice. Taking him down. I always like that move. Face buster. Again. Oh, I'm excited tomorrow, man. We got a retro first timer, followed by a brand new episode of Control Freaks.
That's gonna be a good time.
Felix put a lot of work into it. Got some new bumps and stuff to show off, some new spots and whatnot. I almost got my I'm doing a new Doomsday video, and what I'm doing the audio for it. I think I was gonna hand it over to Dave and see if he wanted to put the video together. But I almost got the audio track done. It sounded pretty cool.
Speaking of, how about that thing that I sent you earlier?
What was that?
The Doom thing.
Oh, dude. When he made he said yesterday he was gonna make an announcement, and everybody was kind of speculating that that's what it was, but I didn't really think that's what it was going to be. Like, he did a whole new It's an 18 levels. 9 of them are death match, and 9 of them are for single player. I'm really, really excited, man. Because, I mean, first of all, this is John Romero. This is like one of the granddaddies of level design. I mean, this dude, he kind of him and his team kind of pioneered the abstract level design.
1, 2.
Not quite yet.
Oh.
Craig's.
Yeah. And I know I'm behind, but.
Like I said, it's really only about a second and a half behind. I think maybe the latency is set up lower or higher, however that works. Pass the Cavassier. Hey, Buster.
It's been stuck in your head for a week now.
See the gun rolling, and it look like it's such swollen. So if your man's babysitting, what you gonna say? You're gonna tell him I'll pass the Cavassier. God damn it.
See? You know what's happening? You're gonna sing that, and then Twitch is gonna pick up on it. We're gonna get muted audio again.
Oh my God, you're right, dude. I don't know. I'm pretty horrible. I don't think it'll be able to. This is doing a lyric check. I think we'll be all right.
I can't believe how I had muted audio on my Mario World video from today. It's like it's freaking Super Mario World.
Well, I guess unless you had a moment where you actually stopped the game for several minutes and came back, that kind of blows that. That seemed like a pretty stable theory, but if it's doing it for Super Mario World, I don't know what the hell's problem is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We're getting muted audio on friggin' everything.
I'm about to look it up, man. See, maybe they've tightened their algorithm or something. But that doesn't. It's one thing to pick up like background music and TV. I understand that, but when you're muting, like YouTube has done that to us before too. With some of the Mario, when I did Mario 2, one or two. Oh, Felix won. One or two the levels were muted. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because on YouTube, because it said it picked up a piece of music that was copyrighted. And I'm like, but it was like one small section of it. You know what I mean? It was just really bizarre.
I don't know, man, but I'm starting to get really frustrated with all this muted audio. Because it's like, we have huge plans for next season. And if they're going to keep doing this to us, I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, one thing I will say is, I think Twitch right now are in kind of a state of, I mean, they're growing, and I think with a lot of things, this could be just a temporary thing where they're just, you know, if enough people start complaining, they'll do something. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying they'll walk it back completely, but I mean, it's one thing to kind of lock down the copyright stuff. It's another thing to start to muting chunks of audio from a game. I don't know. I just
on a gaming site.
And we never had that problem with Twitch. Maybe every once in a blue moon, because we had stuff in the background, but we never. Now YouTube we did. Like I said, we had trouble with that a number of times. It did it to me to the point where I'm gonna go back and re-record Harry Potter Lego for a playthrough, because between me not knowing the game and taking up large chunks of time having to look shit up in that, and B, how much the audio got muted out of the highlights, I was like, screw it, man. I'll go back and I'll just record all of it, like straight through the computer or something, you know.
Yeah, and then just upload it.
Yeah, because then at least I'll have the version of it with all the audio, so if something happens, I can try re-uploading it or.
Right. That's why I record everything on the box while I'm streaming.
Well, I have the way that everything's set up. I can do that now. And I guess even now, I guess on this new computer I probably could, because I don't know if you remember before I couldn't download the thing that the app.
Oh, the PlayStation app.
Yeah, so I would have needed to get a converter for it, like whatever the thing is you got.
Yeah, you might be able to do that now.
I should be able to.
You guys have a pretty strong connection, right?
We have, yeah. I mean, outside of like the first 2 nights, it was weird. It was about the same time each night the signal went out for like a couple minutes. But other than that I've known of, I haven't had any more loss of connection or anything since then. Now we've all been.
I would look into it.
Cause we've all been like working different shifts, so we're not necessarily all. Because the one night that it did that,
you're not sharing the bandwidth.
Exactly. Because the one night it went out, I think Dave was streaming on one TV, and I was streaming to the vodcast channel on another TV. But it only went out for a second.
And Twitch takes up so much as it is.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't know, man. It seemed like it's been good since, so knock on wood.
Right. Well, on that note, I think we can cut this off. I don't know what we're gonna do for next week. Well, yeah, maybe we'll just keep it chill and do the funny entrances next week, because I mean, we're getting closer to the end of the season. I mean, really, with all the shows coming up next month, I think Turnbuckle Talk is gonna come to a stop for a while, so we can focus on the actual in-ring product of TGW once the tournament starts.
Yeah, because that tournament, I mean, that's going to take up a nice chunk of time in January, and then once we get through Slob Day, I mean, we're going to be full force, But we will be back with Turnbuckle Talk, whole new slew of episodes next season.
Yeah.
And we kind of, I've had a lot of fun.
I mean, so have I. We can come up with new topics, and we'll have plenty. Now that we know the format, we'll have plenty of time to think about it. But we'll keep it going until tournament starts in January. So we'll have about 3 episodes left.
Something like that. We'll have to brainstorm something fun, really fun for maybe the final episode of this year. I don't know what. We'll have to think of something.
Maybe we can do I got an idea. But until next week, socials, BananaROMaTV.com, Patreon.com/BananaROMa, at BananaROMa _ on TV, on BananaROMa _ TV on the Twitter machine. Thank you.
Yes.
Facebook.com/BananaROMa Television. All that fun jazz.
And we're starting to expand more into our Facebook and YouTube. Tomorrow, not only Control Freaks will be debuting on YouTube and on Twitch at 4 o'clock tomorrow. We also have a replay of the weekly Romcast on Facebook and YouTube every Monday night now as well. So we're adding more stuff. We've been using our time.
There is no excuse for people not to enjoy our content.
Not at all. We are everywhere.
Even though with the Romcast this week, we went almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah, but it didn't bother me.
No, it didn't bother me either.
I had a crap day anyway, so it was kind of nice to... It was a lot of fun.
And I'll be at it at 1 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, with Retro First Timer featuring Blackthorn for Super Nintendo.
I should be in there watching.
It's going to be interesting.
Retro First Timer is always fun. Just knowing that it's the first time you're playing the game is always a blast for me.
There's plenty of, what's the word I'm looking for? Potential for rage.
Oh yeah, dude. If you want to see Evil Penguin rage, just go back and watch some of the episodes.
Watch Bomberman.
Yeah.
Bomberman was pretty bad. But until then, we are going to get out of here for tonight. So, I'm Evil Penguin Gaming. I am out of it, man. For OddSmith311, I am Evil Penguin Gaming, signing off. And together, as always, we have been, count it down with me, 1, 2, 3.
So...
Guys.
See you next week.